And we are live.
Everybody, we are back. It is Taped On Live's favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Follow us on Twitter at DMarkJohnNFL for me, at King Manelos. Oh, sorry, I'm saying wrong names here. I'm getting upset. At BD Williams 18, and then at Matt Holder, M Holder 95 for Matt. Sorry, guys, this is just a terrible loss. I'm off right now. I can't believe what just happened. So the Raiders blew another.
You can't believe it. Yeah. Marcus, to everyone here, tell them the truth. Marcus was texting me, and Matt, you texted in the group chat too. Like, oh, this one's over. Okay, but I texted Marcus, and I was like, what you mean? They can still lose this. The game, this one's not over. So we seen them blow 17 points. I was never confident the way the defense was playing. I was never confident the entire game that this was going to come, like that the Raiders were going to win this one. So yeah, you say that you can't believe it. I believe it. We've seen it 4 times already this year.
I tried to unjinx the jinx by saying I'm probably going to jinx this, or don't mean to jinx it, and then literally I sent that.
Can't unjinx the jinx.
I sent that right before the offsides on the punt. So yes, this is all my fault. Now that I just realized this
yes,
this is swear on my back. Yeah, this is all.
Thank you for taking accountability there, man.
I mean, they wanted to lose this game. There was offsides on a punt. Jerry Tillery knocking the ball out of somebody's hand. They wanted to lose this game. Man.
And that's the thing that's so damn frustrated me is it's like that's what bad teams do. Like I understand the refs are terrible. I understand they missed a million holding calls on Max Crosby all night.
100%.
But guess what? Good teams, playoff teams, they don't make the stupid mistakes like being offsides on a punt and turning what should have been a 3-and-out into a 16-play touchdown drive, and then knocking the ball out of Baker Mayfield's hand on the stupid play to set up another touchdown drive. So basically, like
why did he even do that? Like I don't understand. We got a second. Like, what did we?
It felt like that all night. Like even when they were playing well, it felt like they kept shooting themselves in the foot with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like again, like, this is what bad teams do in the last 3 weeks. I mean, quite frankly, we're fool's gold. They managed to avoid it.
Like to me.
Remember, real quick. Remember when everyone was like, "Man, Jerry Tillery, he's playing good. Why did the Chargers drop him?" This is why, ladies and gents.
Yeah, man.
Okay, this is why. And Raiders, like they're not in a position where like beggars can't be choosers. When it comes to depth, I mean, they cut Hankins. Billings is hurt. They need more guys. Like, they just need guys. Pico is not the guy. You don't want that guy in. So, at that point, like they have really nothing. The cupboard is bare. They got to go for it. And he reared its ugly head today. But, yeah, Jerry Tillery, that's a terrible, terrible penalty in that moment, in that situation. But I 100% understand. When I see the quarterback walking around on my side of the ball with the football, I want to hit the ball out of his hand. So I understand.
So let's talk about go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I was gonna say to BD's point real quick before we move on. Like Tillery, like he wasn't playing well. That was why that was a big part of why he got released. But why he actually got cut was because of his attitude. Like he like they basically said like the coaching staff when they took his playing time away, he started getting into teammates and stuff like that. And he's had attitude issues, and like that was part of his problem the entire time with the Cardinal or with the Chargers.
Doesn't sound like a Notre Dame. That doesn't sound like a Notre Dame player.
His hairline looks like a Notre Dame player. I'm bad tired of him.
Okay, we're gonna go right back to that. We're gonna go right back to that.
That was ridiculous, man. Like that was the most pointless thing. Like the play was over. Like what were you doing? It is. Oh my God, it was Raiders game. I don't know what the hell the offense was doing either the whole game. I feel like they were trying to go home from the beginning. Yeah. Let's get Adams a couple of deep throws and let's just try to go home. Like let's just get through Thursday night and let's get ready for the Patriots. That's why I kind of feel like they kind of skipped over this game.
They looked past,
and he's just scheming for Bill Belichick. He's over there scheming for Bill Belichick. Like, nah, man, you got to win this game because they were like, Like, you're running screens on third downs a couple times. There's a lot of wide receiver reverses. Carl
reverses 100%. He's setting something up for next week, running all these reverses with Matt Collins. He looked past the Rams. The Rams, and the reason why you can't look past the Rams. Bobby Wagner, is he going to go to the Hall of Fame? Maybe, probably, right? Jalen Ramsey, probably, right? These guys, just because they're down Aaron Donald, they still have like premier of their era players on the position and on defense, along with Raheem Morris, Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator. Can't sleep on these guys. The entire team came out flat. Like, this was not how the defense looked. The pass rush, it took a while to get going, but even then, like, Mayfield was like doing a way better job avoiding pressure than these other quarterbacks that the Raiders have been going up against. Have been able to get away with. And then the secondary was back to all the blown coverages and everything. They went from having literally their best game on defense last week to back to 3, 4, 5 weeks ago when they're giving up all these big leads. So defense or the whole team regressed, and that's on the coaching. I think it's obvious. Like, something's up with McDaniels, right?
Yeah, Ben Skowronek, man, getting 80, just him having more than 80 yards just bothers me. I'm sorry, he was just getting open too much. He's a damn fullback playing wide receiver. He played fullback at the beginning of the year. He was straight up a fullback, guys, and he's just burning the Raiders' quarters. Is just.
I was at the Senior Bowl a few years ago when he was there, and I don't think he had 89 yards the entire week.
Did he have 89 yards at every game?
Yeah.
Look.
Oh yeah.
I mean, probably, but I'm just
in a game.
Like in a game. Yeah, in
a game.
Maybe not.
Okay. So I'm fine with that. Look, Ben Skowronek, that means he's playing his best football, and it happens to be against the Raiders DBs. Yeah. Let's see if he can replicate that again. But I mean, here's something though. Here's something that honestly worried me from the beginning of the week when they started hinting at Baker Mayfield maybe playing. Okay, and at least with Walford, there's tape on Walford in this offense with this coaching staff, with these players. If you want to go ahead and throw Baker Mayfield in, it's a wild card. The defense has no idea. There's no way to prepare for a brand new quarterback that has taken no reps. Like, yeah, you can watch his film. Okay, you can watch his film, but you don't have any idea that how he's going to play in that offense with those plays, with those concepts, with those players, with the protection, all that stuff. There's no way of knowing. So it's extremely difficult, actually. We saw this a few years ago when the Raiders had to randomly prepare for Nick Mullins on a short week. I believe it was a Thursday night as well. And Nick Mullins killed the Raiders defense, diced them up, had the best game of his career. And that's honestly just because if you have a game plan and you're focusing the entire week on defending one quarterback, and then all of a sudden another random quarterback comes in, you're not used to the timing of the routes and when he likes to get the ball out and stuff like that. It could lead to some problems, especially if you don't have a bunch of talent in the back end. So we saw that today.
GD, everything you said is true, but you know what else is also extremely difficult? Trying to pick it up in offense in 2 days.
Look,
the West Coast is the West Coast, right?
It was clearly easy for Baker.
And trying to play with new receivers who are we're talking about Ben Skowronek.
Hold on, I was thinking about this, Marcus. I was thinking about this. Let's talk about the genealogy. Where did Mayfield ever play with the Sean McVay coach?
No, he played with Stefanski. I mean, like I said, the West Coast.
That's West Coast. That's West Coast. So he knows the offense. He knows the offense.
Still,
yeah.
He's been there for 2 days, and he's played with these guys for 2 days. I hear you.
Ben
Skowronek. If it were Sunday, Ben Skowronek. Give you some more.
Okay. But, I'm sure everybody's wants to talk about the offense because I'm sure everybody's pissed. I mean, that's all we talk about. I mean, we're going to talk about all the offense on Twitter. I'm sure we can talk about defense on this show because we're going to talk about the offense all week. I mean, that's what we're going to talk about. Nobody's going to care about Nate Hobbs getting burned all day. Nobody's going to care about any of the other stuff. We're talking about the offense always scared. Yeah, Sam Webb getting burned. Nobody cares. We're going to talk about how the offense always scores 16 points. So I mean, as well. So might as well talk about that. I did want to say, the Rams were a good run team, good run defense to start the game. The Raiders just kept trying to run the ball. I felt like that's what I'm saying. I felt like what are we doing here? We could attack the middle of the field of this team, and we didn't attack the middle of the field. We just kept trying to run the ball. And then we
So
throw
I
like a
did
deep ball to
notice
Adams.
they
Go
were
ahead.
playing a lot of too high, right? The
Bro,
Rams.
they just
They
see the thing.
they
Okay,
couldn't throw the ball across down the middle.
that's the thing. We didn't see any play action this week. Like we didn't see any play action. We didn't see any of the creativity we saw the last couple of weeks. We just saw basic screens and this and that and like reverses and they were trying to run the ball. It felt like they just came to the game and they were just trying to get out of it. Like they felt like they were just going to blow this team out and they're going to get out of it. And then, like even there was a couple 4th and 1s. They didn't go for it. Like I thought the 4th and 1 on the 48, when they punted from that, I'm like, come on, man. It's what is it? What's 16-3 at that point? You're punting again. Your offense is kind of stalling a little bit. Maybe try to go for it. I mean, you ended up losing anyways, right? You had those 2 4th and 1s. You didn't win. I mean, even the one on the 30. I mean, you might as well would have went for it. You punted. You got to the 98. They went down and scored. So you might as well have went for it there. Like it was just like they weren't trying. They were just trying to go home.
They tried to get out of town as fast as they could. Like you're 100% right. And I feel like almost playing from ahead, like played into that and made it worse. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, all right, we can relax, we can take the foot off of gas. Whereas like, even I feel like the last few weeks, it's at least been back and forth games where they stay engaged. But yeah, this team just doesn't, when they get a lead, they just don't stay locked in. We've seen it all year.
Yeah, and we used to complain about Gruden doing that and Gruden going home, and I feel like Josh McDaniels is showing a lot of conservatism. I talked about this last week, even the Seahawks game. We talked about that. There's a lot of conservative plays in the Seahawks game they got away with, and here it kind of bit them. It just bit them, right? And I was watching the game on the All 22 Prime Vision, like the passing game just was like, what are we doing? Like, what were they trying to do? Like, it just wasn't existent. It was weird. Watching that game on All 22 in the Prime Vision on the Amazon Prime. Shout out to Amazon Prime for having that. But just watching it there.
I should have watched it there.
Yeah, it was
sick.
Yeah,
wow.
right.
Incredible,
right. But
incredible
watching
project.
that, you're like, what the hell are they doing? It was frustrating to watch. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, to your point earlier, like the only play that I remember, like the only pass that I remember them going over the middle was, I felt like Cole and Moreau, like one of them ran the wrong route because they like ran into each other almost like a mesh, but like 10 yards down the field. And then when they complete, I'm like, so I don't know, maybe that scared McDaniels away. But again, what we've been talking about before, it's week 14 and there are route breaks.
Yeah, we might beat the Patriots next week, guys, because that's what I feel like. I mean, we got 10 days for the Patriots. They got that game circled. They skipped this game. So I feel like the game.
But it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though.
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
There was an outside chance if the Raiders ran the table like Matt predicted. Matt, your prediction got us through 3 games. Okay. But it didn't get us all the way through, obviously. But now, like, I don't think there's a statistical, like a real statistical probability of the Raiders being able to get in. There would have to be like a lot of crazy things for the teams that are ahead of them in the standings, just dropping like tons of games. I don't know. Like the math is probably pretty crazy right now at this point. So yeah, if they go and win another game, like it really doesn't matter at this point. So they're just playing for next year.
Math was pretty crazy at 2-7. They're done. They're done.
I'm just mad they beat 2 good teams in a row and then did this. Like, why even do that? Why even go out there, put 2 good performances against 2 good football teams? The Seahawks are going to make the playoffs. They're gonna, the Niners are down to Brock Purdy. They're probably going to win the division. The Seahawks are a pretty damn good team, right? Then, the Chargers, we could talk about, everybody wants to act like they're not a good team because Justin Herbert's is struggling. But, they're a decent football team. They might have a chance to make the playoffs. And the Raiders beat those teams. And now they come out and, they just kind of – it was just the whole game just felt weird. I was like, man, it's –
so, like –
it felt weird.
Justice Mosqueda, the guy who does package for the SB Nation, he like tweeted out like, "This is a preseason game." I'm like, he's 1,000% right. This 1,000% felt like a preseason game, and the Raiders basically treated it like one. Didn't play the starters in the second half, even though they were on the field.
Yeah,
I still didn't get it because I don't know.
How about this from Josh Duval here? Raiders are 0-4. 0-4 this season, leading by double digits at halftime.
That's what I'm saying, man. They got to play from behind.
Got to play from behind.
People got mad at me when I said that earlier.
Nothing worse than
Jimmy
a
Carter
lead.
throw two picks early.
Josh
McDaniels he'll get to the.
Then he's like, okay, I'll take all my great plays out. Yeah. Remember Henry Winkler? Yeah.
He starts drawing a bunch of wizard plays, and then they start going off. But like they have a lead, he's just like, hey, we're the pad down. Let's go.
Yeah. Right.
Let's just run ISO lead over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, it was unimaginative. It was unimaginative on offense for sure. It seemed dry. There's a lot of negatives, I think, on offense. So I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around here, but McDaniels deserves some blame. Carr deserves blame. Obviously, I think we saw maybe some miscues from the receivers. So, what about offensive line, Marcus, in this one?
The offensive line is the offensive line at this point. Parham.
Bars went down early, and I wish we could take a victory lap about this right now. We can't. So,
I mean, to be honest, John Simpson had that hold, but he didn't play bad. He played. He's good at pass protection, and that's really what he's really good at. And we saw some of that. There was some pretty decent pockets early on, but then of course, I think Dylan Parham is struggling at left guard, and he still is. So, if Bars is hurt, they'll probably switch him. And then maybe we'll see a better Dylan Parham. Yes. But
Simpson plays left guard anyways.
He played left guard only at Clemson too. I was I remember when we were seeing that. I'm like, this is probably like the first time John Simpson's played right guard in a game. High school.
And then NFL, right.
And Dylan Parham's played right guard. Like he played right guard in Memphis last year. So it's just interesting to see how that dynamic will work. But it really didn't matter at the end of the day. Did they pass? They passed 20 times. Did they even try to pass? Like, did they even? That's what I'm saying. Like, they ran the ball like, or the Ravens? Like, I don't. Did they not watch the scouting report? Like I know we didn't do a preview, and I'm sorry to take down a lot of listeners, but they should do a preview themselves because they should watch film and notice the team is good against the run.
It's because we missed the preview. It's because we missed the preview, Marcus?
I guess so. I guess we didn't do a preview.
Maybe
to show the Rams are good against the run.
McDaniels is a subscriber, and he's pissed off. He didn't get the notification this week. Didn't get the scouting report.
I guess so.
Taped in, drop.
I don't know, BD. Should we do a record? What is the record when we don't do a preview? Because I feel like we lose every time we don't do one. Like, did we do one for the Jags? I don't think.
We missed a preview for a win recently. We did on the Thanksgiving the game.
Seahawks. I guess so. We're 1-2 and no previews. So maybe McDaniel he ditched. They did start off slow that game. So
it's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
These holidays too.
I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, they're a good run team. We're gonna try to run the ball 40 times. I feel like what were they trying to do? Like the Bills game plan?
They're just trying to get out of town. Like, that's what it was. They just didn't want the clock to stop. They were just trying to get the hell back home and get out of the game.
Like screens, wide receiver reverses, and like I think it was Matt Collins. How many rush yards Matt Collins have? I feel like 40. Just saying they ran the ball all over them. But
I was about to say, Matt Collins has some rush yards, didn't he? Added some stats there, some stat padding. Raiders had like 150 yards on the ground,
and that's 40 carries. The end of the game, the last interception of the game, of course, he called dagger. He's like, "Let's go dagger. We're going dagger for the win."
Pick
right.
You can't throw it in the middle. Everybody knows you run dagger, Josh.
You can't throw it in the middle of the field there, anyways. That's not even the thing. I don't understand that.
Like the middle of the field is wide open the whole game, and then you run dagger when everybody's like, "Hey, what's their goal to when they need yards?" Dagger.
Okay, here we go. We're just pivoting real quick so we can finish this up. Couple things. It started off. It looked like it looked good. It looked promising on offense. There was 2 incredibly sick catches from Devontae Adams, filthy, on Jalen Ramsey in coverage. Okay, and probably the most improbable punt I've ever seen. I've never seen a punt just bounce 2 inches from the sideline all the way down to the 3-yard line, right? Mm-hmm. And all of these things just get are for nothing. So the Raiders just wasted, some of these really spectacular plays. Amik Robertson also ruined Daron Harmon interception. So there's
And
There's a lot.
you could tell
gonna be
Harmon knew it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Harmon knew it too because he like picked it and didn't even run. Like as
Right.
soon as he like picked it, I was like, okay, there must be a penalty because like either that or he doesn't know what, or like he thought there was one. But yeah, he
That was
like
gonna be a
literally
pick
caught it and
regardless.
just stopped. Yeah.
That's the
It was
problem
gonna
with
be
that.
picked.
It was gonna
It
be
was gonna
picked
be picked.
regardless if Meek Robinson held him or not. It was gonna be picked, and Harmon would have ran it in and game over.
That coverage is designed. That's cover 5. That's designed, okay, so where you don't have to worry about holding, okay, you can be back shoulder because you got the safety over the top. So there's not a lot of excuse there. It's not like it was cover 1, single high, he's on the outside. Like you can't get beat, for something, and give up a huge one down the sideline. You got the help over the top. Don't get grabby. That's the whole point of that coverage. So Amik, committed a pretty big error right there. But I mean, again, there's so many errors in this. That's got to come back to coaching. Like there's so many finger pointing going around, so it's got to come back to coaching.
And to your point on the Meek play, the receiver ran an out. That's where you want him to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're running into, he ran into his help and like still just got to get grabby. But Meek's gonna do Meek, so.
I mean, it was typical. It was just terrible Raiders loss, in my opinion, because it's like knocking the ball down and getting an extra 15 yards. I mean, that was one of probably the biggest play of the game. I mean, we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. They got a huge sack. It's 2nd and 19, and you knock the ball out of the guy's hand. Like, there's really just go back to the damn huddle. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be cut.
And it's off the clock.
They're gonna cut him. They're gonna cut him. They're gonna cut him.
I'm sorry, you get cut.
They're gonna cut. They're gonna cut him. They're gonna cut him for sure.
you got to, man. Andrew Billy's coming back next week. I mean, all right. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have the best film for the Patriots. Watch, this would be some awesome film. You're gonna see all types of. They're gonna be setups, reverses. There'll be wide receiver reverses with a play action back the other side.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a play action for a touchdown off a reverse.
It's gonna be the most terrific game plan we ever seen for the Patriots because I feel like that's what happened here. We just decided that we're gonna play the Patriots, and we're beating Bill Belichick next week, and we're gonna walk in here and just throw some screens, and and then when we run every third down, I feel like they did it. I feel like they ran like every third down too. Like it was a lot of third down runs.
I mean, some of them were working in the first half. Like they ran that pitch to Jacobs on 3rd and 5, and they picked it up. So
they also had that another one to Abdullah early.
We were all talking about early, guys, but when you're still running on 3rd down, and I mean they couldn't even get 1 yard on one play.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that 3rd and 1. I mean that was a huge play too. I mean they needed 1 yard and they couldn't get it.
I'd be interested to see situationally, those short yardage situations, what they were doing with Adams, coverage wise, why that wasn't an option. Why they just kept on trying the same thing over and over again instead of, airing it out or trying to go through the air. Right.
Well, they took a couple deep shots to him on like 3rd and short.
Right. That was it. That was it. That's all they did. I was like, we're not get like a slant, something, quick. Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was strange. Like get him on a free release, try to, break that, leverage and go across the middle of the field, something. I'm just saying, like, they didn't do that. They didn't try that.
Yeah, because I mean, I'll say this. I mean, when you run the football like they did, and you try to, establish the run with the 30 runs that they try to do. I mean, you're not gonna score a lot of points. You just aren't. I mean, it goes back. When we talk about Bill Belichick. I mean, the 1990 Super Bowl, they played the K gun, and they're like, okay, Thurman Thomas is gonna run 150 yards on us because if you run 150 yards and they can't be the K gun, they're not gonna score any points. And that's. So when you come in there and you're trying to run the ball 40 times, you don't have Lamar Jackson. I don't get the point. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't get it. I mean, whatever. I mean, you can talk about what you want to talk about, but I just feel like the offense came out here and they just tried to get out of the stadium. Maybe they felt like Baker Mayfield wasn't going to do anything. Maybe they felt like they were going to be able to stop him on defense where the defense is playing. But, every corner out there is average. You ain't got Rock Ya-Sin. Sam Webb had to play.
What I'm worried about is you're going to go through the all 22, and you're going to see them doubling Jacobs, or I'm saying you see them doubling Adams and keeping 8 men in the box to stop Jacobs, and giving the rest of the league the blueprint to stopping this team. So, that's what I'm a little worried about, because that's something that Raheem Morris is capable of, especially with the personnel that he has.
Yeah. I mean, because it was interesting. A lot of it was Bobby Wagner, man. I mean, the Raiders do have a lot of simplicity to their run game, and you can kind of tell things if you're a really good linebacker. And Bobby Wagner, he's a tape watcher. He was just instinctfully just attacking all their gaps. As soon as the gap would open, he was right through it. It didn't matter what the run blocking was doing in front of him. They weren't getting a chance to get up to him in the first place. So,
he had a couple plays that he just made on instincts alone. Very clearly knew it was coming.
It's just a stupid game plan.
Teams with a great inside linebacker, Demario Davis too, killed him.
Yeah. Teams with great linebackers, just like the Jags. Jags had good linebackers.
San Francisco's gonna be a tough one.
I don't even talk about that game. I saw that game and I was like, man, you guys talk about playoffs. They got to play the Niners.
We're talking about Brock Purdy and Baker Mayfield comes in. Brock Purdy will do this to us. Okay, they think Brock Purdy is the real one.
They got Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel at least. I mean, Ben Skoranek is mossing corners.
Yes,
favorites.
I'm more concerned now, and I was really hoping that the Raiders would survive this. That they came out flat. I was like, okay, they're flat. This is not a good looking game. Offensively, definitely not a lot of turnovers. Defensively, not where it was. Survive this one. Just get the win here. Even you had turnovers. You didn't have a great game, but you got a W. Chalk it up to a loss, whatever. You get some extra time off because the Thursday game, but they ended up dropping it at the very end. It's extremely crushing, but. I think for me, the Miami loss that year. Remember when Arden Key got that penalty?
Yeah.
And then someone's talking about Fitzmagic
ball. Fitzmagic threw out of his ear hole or whatever. Yeah, I know exactly.
Right. Yeah. I think that one was probably the most crushing. I think after that I was like, you know what? I was looking at myself in the mirror. I was like, I'm not gonna let them hurt me anymore. You know what I'm saying? So. I won't. I'm not emotional about it anymore, guys. I've seen this happen a lot, and anyone that's older than me has probably seen it a lot too.
98 yards.
The Raiders are just cursed on Thursday Night Football.
98
what it comes down to.
Yard drive.
Yeah.
With Ben Skoranek.
Yep.
Making how many he was just open all game. It bothered me that he couldn't get open in college against college corners. That half these guys couldn't even make the NFL, and he's getting open in this game. He's beating everybody. Who the hell is it? Was what the hell is going on,
bro? He's a craftsman. Are you kidding me? He's out there after practice running routes.
I remember when I did the expand the box score. I graded him for expand the box score. We all did that. Those
yeah.
Yep.
And that's the best thing. Of course, the best thing I said. He's an awesome blocker. He's a fullback. God damn it! I'm so mad about that. I'm so mad that he went off. Everybody's gonna stand. We're gonna get online, guys, and nobody's gonna talk about what happened in the game. We're just about to talk about Carr going 11 for 20 for 137 and 2 interceptions. So we're going to talk about all week. So it's cool. I mean, let's get out of the real football talk right now. So watching Vince Skoranek go for that was just
all right. So you're calling Ben Skoranek a fullback wide receiver? What is this?
He is, dog. At the beginning of the year, go look it up. Beginning of the year, they played him at fullback primarily. When they had all the wide receivers out there with that Cooper
It's Cup. Funny. It's funny that you're saying that. It's funny that you're saying that. Okay, because the guy that he was beating in coverage when I first watched him in college, Nate Hobbs, he was playing edge. He was playing edge as a corner, so he's an edge corner. So the fullback wide receiver can't probably beat regular corners, but when he's playing an edge corner, okay, that's just a joke between me and Marcus. Honestly, no one else will get that one.
No one else is gonna get that. But I just.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Skoranek has 604 snaps on the year in offense. Sorry, 603 on offense. 65 in the backfield.
So he was a fullback.
In week 2, he had 19 reps at fullback.
Weapon. Ben Skowronek.
That's what I'm saying.
Weapon.
When they had all the receivers, he played fullback.
Yeah, and then last week he didn't play any fullback when I think last week the first time they had Allen Robinson out.
Yeah, and
Maybe
Allen Robinson out.
Yeah, but ever since, like, you can tell, like, when Allen Robinson went out and like when Cooper Kupp, his fullback snaps go down.
His fullback snaps went down. So we just watched a fullback go for 87 yards. You guys can talk whatever about you want the rest of the week. That's what I'm talking about. How we watched a fullback move to wide receiver again, and he looked better than he did at Notre Dame.
Maybe the Raiders should hit up old Alec Ingold again. See if they he was always a good receiver.
Maybe if they can use it for scout team or something. They can get used to playing fullbacks at cornerback. So he was literally playing fullback, man, when they had the wide receivers. It's just, whew, man. Anyways, I'm gonna watch some more Christian Gonzalez after that. That's all I know. I watch Christian Gonzalez all day today. I'm definitely gonna go watch some more tape. I'm watch some more games of that. Maybe some more Cam Smith, because, man.
Well, the problem is they won too many damn games now.
but we're in a little bit of Christian Gonzalez, Cam Smith range. I don't know how good Cam Smith is. I don't know his rating yet, but I've heard about him. But I'm gonna be watching some corners now after this week because
I feel like Cam Smith's gonna go top 15.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty good for him a lot. I mean, it's early, but from what I've seen, from what other people have ranked, he seems to be a guy that's rising. Gonzalez will be there though. Gonzalez might be more of like a fringe second rounder though.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he's one of those guys that like his best attribute are his ball skills.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Rocky Sin a little bit, where it's like you're either going to love him or hate him because of that, because he is going to give up catches and he is going to give up separation, but he's going to make up with it with some great ball skills. So you're going to get varying grades on guys like that based on his style. You know what I mean? How much risk do you want to take?
I see.
But
I'm all in on Christian Gonzalez.
Nice. We got any questions? Anybody? Any questions or anything? Any comments?
I was curious though, or Marcus. I was surprised this hasn't come up, but your boy Andre James, those zero techniques, man, he just can't do it against the run. He gave up at least 2 TFLs just from the broadcast.
As long as he's not have to block anybody, he's all right, man.
Just give him even fronts all day.
Even fronts.
Just tell the defense, no. Even
front. Just so he could just navigate.
Yeah, and don't even think about a bear tech. And don't even think about bear front.
Yeah,
it's a wrap. He will get no help from the guards.
Because these type of games is a reminder of what the draft process is going to be. Because there's so many needs on this team. It's a reminder of all the needs that this team has, and they're still going to find a way to get to 8 wins so we can address them. And that's just how I feel like the whole 8 wins has been stuck with me. We're 5-8. We only have one more loss to get to 9. I think we can make it to 8-9, and so we could pick 19 or something stupid. So I'm excited for that.
Sounds good.
I mean, I don't know what to say at this point.
I hate it because it's and I never doubted you for saying this, but it's you could not have been more right when you said this team is destined to be 7 and we're 7-10.
7-10, 8-9,
or whatever it was. Yeah, it this is exactly what it's spelling down. They'll probably, like you said, they'll probably beat the hell out of the Patriots next week. The Patriots aren't that great, and
yeah,
McDaniels has been preparing for this for the last 3 weeks or months.
Probably, probably all
since
year.
Since he got the job and he saw the Patriots were going to be on the schedule or whatever, so.
He's been drawn up. He's already got some plays. They've been practicing for weeks.
This is a Super Bowl. This is what he's been preparing for all year. We're going to see the most imaginative offense possible next week. But yeah,
right.
I don't know. Maybe they'll pull off a miracle upset over the Niners or something like that without Brock Purdy and not make the playoffs. Pick in the mid-teens.
Yeah, pick in the mid-teens.
Yeah. And we'll be sitting here again saying, they need offensive line, they need DBs, they need linebackers. Rinse, repeat.
I mean, because they probably need a wide receiver too.
I mean, ideally, Hunter Renfro gets healthy, and that's your. I mean,
It's just what I'm saying.
Need next.
The
Need next.
losses remind me how many needs this team has, and I'm just I don't know. Are we done yet? We're at 35 minutes here.
35. We hit the quota.
We hit the quota. I'm ready to go to sleep, man. After this. Good night, guys. Anyways, we got draft content coming, guys. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching Osiris Torrance all day and Jalen Carter. We're not gonna get Jalen Carter, but I've been watching Torrance all day. I've been watching some linemen. You know what I'm saying? Because all for naught because they're gonna take BJ Robinson at 17 anyway. So we're gonna
Don't do this to me again, Marcus. When they were a month ago, when they were in the Jalen Carter sweepstakes, I was like, you know what? We're all right. We're all right. We can do this. We can get the best defensive tackle that's an absolute freak. And
no shame.
We'll
no
fight
shame.
for it. Then they
No
bring me
shame
back
in
up.
getting that guy. Yeah.
Bring me back up. And I'm like, you know what? They got a playoff chance. They got a playoff chance. And then they just bring me right back down.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get anything that you want.
And we're in Bijan Robinson range now. We're at 17. You know, where they're just
and I'm an
they don't pay Jacobs.
I'm not getting what I want.
They don't. Stop predicting things. I'm sorry.
No more TDL predictions. I predicted them to win out, so I don't know what we're talking about here.
Yeah. Well,
it's just Marcus. Marcus has got a crystal ball back there. He's just.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being right. Actually, to be honest, I'm tired of it. I wish I was wrong. At the time, I don't want these predictions anymore. But if they draft PJ Robinson, Matt, we're gonna be on live. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be hilarious.
He's a good back.
Well, he is.
I mean, shit. They're not gonna afford I guess they're not gonna afford Josh Jacobs anyway. So we got to replace him, right?
No, look. Today I realized. Finally I was able to come to grips with it. Josh Jacobs will not be here next year. They are purposely running the wheels off of this guy. Okay, they're like, we're not going to pick up his 5th-year option. We're not going to sign him to a whole bunch of big extension. We're going to give him 350 carries this year. Are you kidding me?
Which is another Marcus prediction. Marcus called that. I believe in the preseason they're going to run the tread off the tires.
They're going to run him to death, and they'll be like, "Peace." Bijan Robinson.
Yeah,
Marcus, you either need to stop predicting things or be more optimistic. Because right now, like if you say something, you'll speak it into existence. Like maybe I don't know.
We're going long because people even trust this guy to draft a quarterback. He drafted Tim Tebow, so we're in
when Tim Tebow was a fringe first rounder.
What's he Matt? Come on, Matt.
No.
We're talking about the guy that might trade up and take Stetson Bennett because he won 2 national championships in a row. We're in the problem,
right?
So let's not get too crazy with this. Like
Stetson Bennett's intangibles, Marcus,
through the roof.
He's a Heisman finalist.
Yes. He's a Heisman finalist.
Heisman finalist. Stetson Bennett. Put some respect on his name.
I shouldn't even be saying that, but if he would, we're trusting.
Don't put that juju. Yeah, don't put that juju on us.
He's old. Please. We've blown 4 13-point leads at this point. Like this is ridiculous. This is nuts. I'm sorry. Anyways, guys. We're at 40 minutes. This is just rambling at this point. This is what happens when you lose to Baker Mayfield. Coming off of 2 days, we get a 40-minute instant reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I see some people, we got 223 here. I hope you guys enjoyed our frustrations. We're just as frustrated as all you fans, but we're still going to give you guys great content. We got some draft stuff coming up. Me and Matt are going to be the Senior Bowl. We're going to be at the Combine. We're going to be there for you guys. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow Matt. Matt's doing all the defensive tackles. You know what I'm saying? He's in there with Brandon Thorne. So Brandon Thorne can tell us that, we probably should draft a tackle this year. But, hey, we don't have a choice. We have a choice at this point. So we're here for you guys. We got everything for you. Make sure you guys check us out. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Check us out. Appreciate you guys following us all year. We're 5-8. We're probably going to go and beat the Patriots, and we're all going to be pissed off about it next week. Don't get excited. All right, that's all I'm gonna tell you guys. It's my message to all the fans. If it's a win, hey man, it's cool. But it's over, man. I'm tired of this. I'm not even gonna take any emotional. They're not giving me anymore. I'm done.
Team Tank. Tank's back on.
Yeah, let's go. I might be even Team Stiddy at this point. Let's just play Stiddy. What do they call? What do they call him? Stiddy. I'm mad they got a nickname for him, but that's what they call him. So
They definitely have a nickname for him. Are you kidding me? 100%.
Terrible. All right.
I don't know anyone who would stand a backup quarterback. This is a terrible loss, man. I know you're talking about the Colts loss, man, but come on, man. 98 yards to Baker Mayfield and Vince Gronek. I just can't. At least they got Michael Pittman and Stephon Gilmore on the Colts. At least they, you know what I'm saying? All right, guys. We're out of here. Peace.